Hello, you! I'm Jordan.
I'm Ed. Welcome back to Real Thrills.
And it's time for the third episode of... What's this show called again? Oh yeah! The one nobody watches! Missing Things!
Guarantee this one's going to get 10 views at max.
Hooray! Because we definitely aren't going to fuck this up.
Because this series is getting axed. Because...
Yeah.
No
After
one really
the next
cares.
episode... Which, well...
This is a pre-record,
we
by the way.
We can confirm that after this episode, we are moving directly into the final episode. So for us, this is going to take about 20 minutes to kill off. But for you, it's going to take a glorious 3 weeks. Enjoy it, everybody!
No one's probably going to watch this anyway, so...
Yeah, so...
Welcome back to Missing Things, episode 3 now. This is on to...
theme parks!
And if you haven't seen the last 2 episodes, don't watch them.
Because even we think they're a mistake.
But we're still doing it to finish.
And really, they should get lost and or missing.
Anyway, let's do this on to theme parks today. Because we've done TV shows and films now, so we're doing theme parks.
So now we're doing hidden references in theme parks, which there's not many. So this video
won't be that long.
If I could see the timestamp down below, it's probably like 3 minutes.
Okay. Right, so the first one that comes to mind for me.
Go on.
They're not really they're references inside the ride.
Yeah, you can do it. It counts.
References and Easter eggs to other things.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one that comes to mind is Portman's Park, and that was so they've rethemed Raven. So it was originally Cobra. They rethemed it to Raven, obviously, and it's much better now. Mm-hmm. But there is a reference to Cobra in there, as there's some nice architecture, like garden landscaping made of the snake from it to represent the ride.
Yeah, you mean the Cobra?
Yeah.
Because Cobra is a type of snake.
Yeah. They have an architectural type of garden sculpture of the Cobra, which is cool.
Interesting.
Don't know if you knew that, but it's there.
Nope. I mean, I'm going to go... So for my first hidden reference in theme parks, I'm going to go for the one which pretty much probably everybody knows about, and that's the fact that if you look at the courtyard area where Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is...
It's a Mickey and Minnie.
It's a giant Mickey Mouse face.
That's a hidden reference right there.
Yep.
Also,
the whole park is literally sat on Mickey's big face.
If we go back to... We're going to talk Disney now. Haunted Mansion. Full of references.
Yep.
Like, lots of characters in there, like the ring to the wife. She murdered many people.
Yeah.
And you can see
even Constance.
Yep. Rip him.
Yeah, Constance is the name of the bride that killed all the people.
Also in the queue line, there's a statue. Actually, it moves its eyes. If you pay attention, it will quickly move its eyes and go back to normal.
You can tell that half of these aren't even references, are just fun facts because we're running out of ideas for this show.
Other references to things. There's a lot of Disney World, to be fair.
Yeah.
And Disneyland,
admittedly.
California. There's a Disneyland, California.
Yeah.
But in Main Street, USA, one of the offices was actually where Walt Disney stayed for a while, wasn't it?
Well, to be more specific, in Disneyland, California, there was a hidden room above the fire station that used to be an apartment for Walt Disney when he stayed in the park.
Which is a great cool reference, to be honest, and interesting because
an even cooler reference, they keep a lamp in the window lit every day, so it's like his presence is still in the park.
Which is fantastic.
Because they used to do that when he was actually in the park.
And a lot of Disney do reference their old rides in some of their new ones.
Yeah, like in Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets, I know, very new. Especially to this video. What a shame. Right, but there is actually a reference to... there are multiple references to Aerosmith and Muppet Vision 3D inside of that attraction. Like, one of the first ones that comes to mind is the fact that Kermit mentions about the backstage passes in the pre-show.
Which is a reference to Muppet Vision.
No, it's a reference to the original Rock and Roller Coaster.
Okay.
The original reference to Muppet Vision that he also states, right, is that he basically, well, I say he shouts at the team, but it's a video screen. Sorry, spoilers. Right, but he tells the band that they've got a minute and a half to get there, which, well, obviously Sam Eagle had a minute and a half finale at the end of Muppet Vision 3D.
Yes.
So, very cool. There's also another hidden Easter egg and sort of reference is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Now, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror has about 50 references to the original TV show, I believe. However, if the attraction is on 13 minutes, the queue is dead because nobody likes the number 13 because it's unlucky.
Which is interesting. Universal do have quite a few references as well, but also because when we went to Hollywood Studios, there's a reference actually to, you know, when you put your hands in the floor where the Kermit the Frog thing is, there's a reference to the Muppets in there and Jim Henson.
Well, yeah, and you do realise when they did those markings, right?
Yeah, 90s.
Yeah, it was in the Muppets Go to Walt Disney World. They actually shot it when they were doing it.
So cool.
Yeah, it's genuinely
That's a cool hidden reference if you didn't know that.
In Universal Studios Orlando, next to the Jimmy Fallon ride, there's a window where on one of the hooks in this little window, like office base, is a shirt, and it's a shirt that Bill Paxton wears in the Twister pre-show that used to be where Jimmy Fallon is now.
There's also a reference, obviously one of the big references everyone knows about is the Jaws photo op you can take outside, which is a reference to where the Jaws ride was, because Harry Potter has replaced it since. Yeah,
because that closed on January 2nd, 2012.
And it will be missed dearly. But its replacement is still good.
You can also learn more about it if anybody watches this episode, check out Behind the Real Making of Jaws, because we go into that in more detail.
But yeah, that's one of the cool references also in Universal. Universal love to do references to them.
Yeah, they don't like to do loads.
No.
But they do like to do a fair bit.
Also, they see the firehouse is a reference to Ghostbusters, of course.
Yeah, but then again, Ghostbusters used to be in the park, so it's also just a thing.
But it's
that was there.
I don't know if is there a reference to Beetlejuice Graveyard Review?
Yeah, there is. In the queue for the absolute shit that's nearly extinct. Hooray!
Yeah.
Along with this show, right? Fast and Furious Supercharged.
Super shit.
Thanks, Ed. Right. Basically, there are references to the two attractions that shut to make way for that absolute
flaming pile of shit.
Yes.
As you say, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So there is a there's a hat. There's a hat and also Beetlejuice's sort of like suit jacket in the queue, and then there's also a I think there's a license plate that also has Beetlejuice Graveyard Review and the year it shuts, right? then there's also another reference to the ride Disaster,
which was also there.
Which used to be called Earthquake, but then got turned into Disaster with Christopher Walken. So there was a hat with Disaster Studios on that, which Disaster Studios was the name of the film company inside the ride.
Also with Kong Skull Rain Iron of Kong, what was it called?
Kong Skull Rain Island of, I think you'll find it's called Skull Island Rain of Kong.
Such a long title.
It's such a long
Let's just call it the King Kong ride that there's.
Well, let's just call it Skull Island, because that's usually what everyone calls it.
Right, so Skull Island, they used to, I don't know if you guys knew this, it's not really an Easter egg as such, but they used to have scare actors in the queue line actually. Yeah, and then for some reason Universal cut it out. I don't know if it was scaring the kids or whatever.
Probably. Or the fact it wasn't really that well received.
Well, the ride is just mid.
The ride, by the way...
Is there references to the original King Kong ride in there?
There's a reference to the original King Kong ride actually on Revenge of the Mummy.
Yeah, because that's where it was, yeah.
Right. Revenge of the Mummy, the track for Confrontation is still there, by the way. It's in the ceiling. You can actually see it while on ride.
That's crazy.
Right, because they never removed it, they just removed all the props.
Because...
Right, and the two giant apes, because why would they keep those in a ride about the mummy? Anyway.
Where did they put them?
I can't remember where they put them.
Because they were huge.
They were gigantic.
I mean, the one we saw obviously on Reign of Kong. That
huge. the one that you saw in Reign of Kong, they made specifically for that attraction. Which, by the way, Reign of Kong, the film on Reign of Kong, right, in Islands of Adventure is
it's not even on that. It's on
No. Like so the ride film, as you go in on the truck, right. The main sequence of the film, you know, where the T-Rexes show up and the raptors and
for Reign of
Kong, and then Kong is like fighting them. Yeah, that's just recycled footage from King Kong 360 3D from Hollywood.
It's not even from the Reign of Kong film.
No,
This has nothing.
the
to
reign
do.
of Kong Skull Island is actually not made by Universal at all. It's made by Warner Brothers.
How the fuck did they get it? I don't know.
Because King Kong, the Peter Jackson King Kong is actually Universal. That's how they got around it.
Well, I mean, it's still a cool
Yeah,
animatronic on that ride.
As I was saying, in Revenge of the Mummy, in the first area where all the trophies are, there's a trophy of a golden ape on the left-hand side of the car.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool.
Do the UK parks really have many references to things?
Not really, no.
Because the Merlin don't care.
No, Merlin don't really care, but they're at Fort Park before the Old West area got completely removed for Hyperia. There was a ride called Logger's Leap, and they took one of the ride boats, turned it into a flower bed, and put it as a memorial to Princess Diana.
Well,
because she actually rode the attraction not that long before she passed, I believe.
Also, Alton Towers now has the famous corkscrew in the front of the park.
Which used to be inside of the park.
And that ride is obviously gone now, but they put it in and painted it up
Yes.
yellow for this year, so that's a fun reference.
It's a fun reference
And
to
we
some,
haven't
to some
been
past.
yet.
Yes.
There's there's a new vlog coming for that.
Maybe.
And you might like it. Anyway, but yeah, that's another reference there. And Alton
Yeah, I
Towers.
mean-
I've never been to Alton Towers though, so I couldn't tell you.
No,
the
I mean,
references.
I know there are some references to Duel, the Haunted House Strikes Back inside of Curse at Alton Manor as well. I know there is something to do with that as well, but maybe we'll catch it.
I think Ghost Train also has a reference to Darren Brown's Ghost Train in there.
Yeah, which
Unfortunately, that's gone now for this with scare actors in.
yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
Rise of the Demon was sick as well.
Yeah, but they got rid of it primarily because it wasn't being ridden.
And the IP went out, didn't it?
And the IP ran out, and then the VR didn't really work.
Also in Gruffalo, there's a reference to Professor Bert's Bubble Works,
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
which we didn't actually mention in the Chessington vlog, I'm surprised.
No, yeah.
But yeah, that's
I'm
there
quite surprised,
too,
actually.
but because the Rainbow Tunnel's still there from Professor
Yeah.
Burp's Bubble Works, they didn't get rid of that for some reason.
Yeah, but then again, it's just a water effect. Why would they turn that off?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's another reference, but
You know, I mean, even at Magic Kingdom, when you walk down Main Street, USA, there is a basically all of the names on the windows.
also every 10 steps, there is a bin.
Yeah, but in the windows of all of all the shops down Main Street are names. All of those names of the people that actually contributed to actually making the park itself. It's also exactly the same in California.
And Disney don't want you to know this, but this is going to spoil the magic, but fuck it. Underneath Magic Kingdom is where all the staff walk around to get around
Yeah,
the park.
in the utilidors.
If you didn't know, now you do. But
Yeah.
most people probably know that by now. But that's also a kind of a hidden secret Disney don't like you to know about.
Another hidden reference was there was a very old attraction at Epcot, I believe. It starred in an animatronic called Buzzy.
Oh yes.
I can't remember what it's called.
His animatronic's still there, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh no, they took him off recently.
Yeah, but the whole building is still there. But
And people snuck in and yes.
yeah, but if you didn't know, the entirety of the show itself and the animation beforehand is actually directed by Monsters Inc. director Pete Doxter.
That's it.
Yeah, which I just think is quite fascinating for a ride that pretty much nobody really knew it existed until it was shut.
Also, in Disney World, this is just, I think we should throw this out as the last reference for Disney World.
Yeah, because we don't really want to focus on Disney World.
There's a whole land dedicated to a mystery park that is now closed, Discovery Island. Disney
Yes.
don't want you to know about that,
But that entire park is still there and is completely overrun.
now it's a land, isn't it? What park is it?
So basically, it's in Bay Lake, which is off of the coast of where Magic Kingdom is.
But didn't they put a reference into one of their parks now for the
Yeah, I swear they did. I swear they put it
one of
into
the
Animal
lands
Kingdom.
is pretty. Yeah, I think it's one of the
Yeah.
one of the lands in Animal Kingdom.
There is like a hidden reference to it somewhere. There's also, I mean, it's been completely replaced by a DVC lounge now, but there used to be a water park called River Country.
Yes, that is unfortunately gone now as well.
That had a very interesting history and then closed because of brain-eating amoeba.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Which
Probably still. Now moving on to other places because you're probably bored.
Yeah.
Disney World now. I'm out of references.
I mean, there are some more in the UK.
I mean, Legoland is
only a few, but not loads. But
there isn't really any references to the Viking area, unfortunately. And at Legoland, I was hoping there would have been, but
no. But back in the day, the Land of the Vikings, which used to just house Viking River Splash, which is now being turned into
the
Ninjago Spinjitzu roller coaster, which we successfully predicted.
By the way,
on what could the Viking River Splash replacement be? If you haven't seen that video, go and check it out because technically we were time travelers in that video.
Because we predicted it.
Yeah, but there are a couple fun little facts you should know about Legoland, and that's that there used to be so in Miniland, you probably saw it on the vlog. But there is a rocket ship. Now, when I was growing up, you basically hit a button and it would go up. It's now just on an automated 10-minute timer, which sucks, you know, because it means they took a little bit of connectivity out of it. But you know, I just think that's quite a cool fact to know that it flies.
And they always add new minifigures around Legoland anyway.
Yeah, and the fact there's a hidden TARDIS that we definitely didn't show you in the vlog. Please check it out.
And just watch all our theme park vlogs if you haven't.
Yes,
because we cover some of those Easter eggs and references in there anyway.
And plus, they're quite entertaining. I mean, when we got to Paulton's Park, there was even a reference inside of the Lost Kingdom area to Jurassic Park because all the dinosaur statues in the area actually made the noises from the film,
which is funny.
Which is genuinely quite funny.
And basically,
yeah, I think
that's it.
I think that's all we've really got for theme parks. Join us for the final episode where we'll be talking about video games, because with all that being said, I've been Jordan.
I've been Ed.
You've been you. You definitely haven't seen this video,
but
and we'll see you.
If you do have references, let us know. If you know any Easter eggs to theme parks that we didn't cover in here, let us know down in the comments.
And we will see you in, well,
probably tomorrow's video.
We'll speak to you in about 20 minutes for us, but for you won't see another episode of this series
in another 3 weeks.
For another approximately 3 weeks. So see you in the next video, but also see you when this series concludes. Goodbye!
Thank goodness. Bye-bye.
Real thrills.